Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Boy, I already botched that up, but hey, you know what? It doesn't really matter. It's going to be one part of those days for someone out there. And today, I had a good interview for the podcast. Um, initially started off with a podcast and just recording thoughts and stuff like that to help people looking for help in recovery. Uh, I'm Raymond, an alcoholic, grateful alcoholic. And today I want to talk about the opposite of addiction. Now, for the ones that's been around, you guys probably know what this answer is. And I can't remember the person that coined the phrase and did the big open speech. It's been talked about on my podcast quite a few times, but I'm horrible with remembering facts. I'm not this great, big, huge um, speaker type person. I'm just me sitting here in front of a camera, a microphone, just putting facts out there for people struggling. So, but the opposite of addiction is connection. And that's why I keep doing what I'm doing. And I do the podcast and I do service work. In the beginning, it was, you know, just trying day by day not to have a drink. Um, this addiction stuff's no joke. It's challenging and it affects millions of people around the world. And it's not just alcoholism, it's drugs, alcohol, gambling, any type of other addiction. It's all can be very incredibly isolating and destructive. Um, Mentioned in other videos, addiction often starts as a way to cope with stress and trauma or loneliness. And it becomes this vicious cycle that's hard to break, like a bad habit. And you hear people say like, do this so many days in a row, it's becomes a good habit or a bad habit, and it takes so many days to break a bad habit. But a lot of with this stuff right here, it's hard, and that's why we got to put ourselves in some type of program. But there's hope for us struggling with addiction. Um, they say research shows that one of the most effective ways to overcome addiction is by building strong, healthy connections with others. When people have a sense of belonging and purpose, they're less likely to turn to drugs or alcohol to cope with their problems. Connection is a powerful tool in addiction recovery because it helps people address the root causes of their addiction instead of just treating the symptoms of addiction. Connection helps individuals build a support system that can help them navigate life's challenges without turning to harmful substances. Connection can take many forms. It can be the support of family and friends, the guidance of a therapist or addiction counselor, or the sense of community that comes from attending support groups like Alcoholics Anonymous. Whatever form it takes, the connection help people feel less alone and more empowered to overcome their addiction. Yeah, I will bring up Alcoholics Anonymous. There's a lot of naysayers, and there's people out there that have a bad taste in their mouth, or whatever. I mean, there's opinions about that as well with how AA doesn't work or doesn't work for them. But been there, done that, had used every excuse in the book, every excuse in the book. But you're desperate enough, it'll work if you apply yourself. You know, I'm like I said, I'm really, like I said, guy behind the camera, front of the microphone, putting this out there. I'm just putting this out there for whoever. I'm gonna say that time and time again. Um, I got one comment in the last video. One person heard it, and that's all it matters. That's all it matters to me if one person relates to this. But I digress. I'm getting off topic like normal. Um, so like I started off, the opposite of addiction is not sobriety or abstinence. It's not just the absence of addictive behaviors or substances. The opposite of addiction is connection. When people feel connected to others and to a larger purpose, they're more likely to lead fulfilling lives and less likely to turn to addiction to cope. Well, that's why I keep coming back to AA and other groups and doing this. Um, but get out there, go to these meetings, meet people, build strong, healthy connections with others. Get those phone numbers. That's why they have those phone number lists. It's not just to have their phone number out there. It's to help you. Um, yeah, that's what I've got today. You want me to ramble about another topic? Throw it in a comment. Let me know. I usually just I wanted to talk about this because this was in the episode that just released today. Um, I believe it's titled "I Don't Have a Drinking Problem. I Have Fun Drinking," and that was a very good episode. I enjoyed doing and recording today. With that, hang in there. Got this.